Welcome to
My face like fell down as soon as we finished. I was like,
You need to check your facial expressions.
You look like a Muppet without the unibrow.
The whole
No
thing, guys.
unibrow.
I'm a real Muppet. That's why this works.
So for our section of Que Caliente / No Me Digas, do you think it makes you less Latino if you don't speak Spanish?
Well, like Selena was known for not speaking Spanish that
Yeah,
well.
she didn't
Jennifer
know.
Lopez too didn't speak Spanish that well. But I think that like when I see somebody who speaks Spanish, I'm like, oh, you feel me, I understand.
And then you start talking shit together.
And you start
like,
talking
oh my
shit,
God,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I love
exactly.
you.
Like, oh my God, que gorda, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just know.
It's beneficial to be bilingual in general.
I've always personally been super self-conscious about my Spanish because like I speak it with an accent. I grew up in like such a white city, and the only person I spoke Spanish with was my mother. Like I didn't have more family to speak Spanish with, and I definitely get the idea of like feeling less Latino because you don't have a perfect accent and you can't always keep up with everybody. But I feel like it's a disservice to like the Latino identity to make that division, you know?
Yeah.
Because it does create a divide of like us and them.
I also feel like too though when you tell somebody like, oh, sí hablo español, estoy aprendiendo, todavía me cuesta, like I'm learning, it's still taking me a bit. Latinos are very open to the fact that you're even learning, like
And trying,
they're very like they're like, oh, pero lo tienes, like you have a good
they tell
accent.
me the same
like,
thing.
Okay, bueno, you sound really good.
But I understand you. I understand you.
I was raised like, if you didn't speak Spanish, you were ashamed. So my dad would like go to the grocery store and he would talk to a guy or the girl in Spanish, and if they didn't respond back, he'd get really mad.
Yeah.
So that's how I was
no.
raised. And then like it'd be like, we use this phrase in Mexico, like tienes la nopal en la frente,
Yeah.
which means you have a cactus on your forehead. Like we can all tell you're Mexican, like don't be ashamed. But then I grew up like, I have cousins and like people I love and friends that like, they just weren't raised with it in their household. It doesn't represent
Well, a lot
everything.
of blame seems to be put on your parents too, because that's like the thing my friends would get back home. They were always just reprimanded, like, what a shame that your parents, didn't teach you. Like, it's not your fault, pobrecito nene, it's the parents.
A lot of the kids that I grew up with, they didn't learn Spanish because the parents felt discriminated against by not being able to speak English well.
Yeah.
So they were like, you know what, my next kid, I'm not gonna make them go through the same shit that I did.
Latinos do this thing to each other where we're like, you're not Latin enough, you're not this enough. So it's like, you could speak the language, but you're like, oh, I don't listen to banda. And you're like, oh, you're not Latino enough. And you're like, I don't really know how to dance. Or, oh, you're not Latino enough. Like, we do it to each other.
Skin color, appearance.
Yeah, we do it like to each other across the board. And I think it's just like, maybe we need to be like, hey, what makes us Latino isn't the fact that we speak a certain language. Like, but then I don't know. Like, does it make us like where we're from in the world geographically? Like, what? You know, like what does make us Latino in a sense? I guess that's like a bigger question.
I know, that's huge.
Being Latino is being like extremely diverse. Like we're indigenous, we're Spanish, we're black, like, and then on top of that within ourselves, like us five, completely different.
Yeah.
And like we still unite. So I think that's the thing we need to realize. It's like such a diverse identity.
Okay, so we're gonna take a vote on this and we're gonna see if not speaking Spanish makes you less Latino. What do you guys think? I'm saying nah.
Say no. You can still be Latino and if you don't speak the language.
We're all on the same page, you guys. We're having a moment.
Just
Yeah,
have foreskin.
Rosetta Stone's a thing if you want.
Just eat beans.
And know how to do your eyeliner too.